bravely. Alright, capping on the bridge. Let's go take a look. All this stuff. Oh, crap. There's a crystal task. There's no good way to retire this account. I keep seeing stuff that's gonna make me want to keep logging in. That is... that's bullshit blazing. Alright. Real quick on-the-fly account review of the NA account. I started playing this account back at the beginning of 2020 when I accidentally switched to the NA server on my phone and realized that the old Google Play Adventure Commander subscription was applying to both it was applying to both servers. So, you know, I said, well, this is 200 asterite, 2 stamina potions, and a bunch of coins. And booster tickets. Was there booster tickets on there? I don't remember. I remember the stamina potions. So I'm like, well, this is free real estate. And, you know, this is like a year before Genshin came out. 9 months before Genshin came out. So, you know, I started streaming Honkai pretty much every day, but, you know, one account was only like an hour and a half of content every day. So I said, you know what, I might as well play on NA. And it was a good check on learning for everything that I was learning from my friends in the Nubskate Discord. At the time, back when Nubskate was still making Honkai content. Now that server is just a full bunch of like Honkai retirees that play Arknights. And they just talk about how Honkai's such a terrible game now. I'm probably not gonna do these trial stages until we absolutely need extra crystals. But in the course of, you know, 3 years of F2P, right? Because we played 2020, 2021, 2022. That's 3 years now. Going into 2023, we spent most of 2020 all the way into the summer of 2021 Masters camping. Because originally, this account, I wanted to leave in Masters to see if a free-to-play account could overcome whales that were camping in Masters. So basically, no PRI-Arms versus... Well, you know, back then, before Super String, they did have PRI-Arms. And I was still able to go head-to-head on some Red Lotus weathers and whatnot. And then, like, for about a year, from summer 2020 all the way to summer 2021, I camped Masters on this account. And it was great up until one lightning down physical up... Oh, it was lightning up physical down weather, where I finally hit a wall molding in Dirac C. The video's up on YouTube. It's like NA account last Dirac C or something like that, where we played Hersher of Thunder, Phoenix with Fervent Tempo. I guess I had Phoenix lead or something. And no AE on this account at the time. The only top-ups I did do on this account was for the Evangelion collab. I think I dropped like $50 just to make sure I could get the Lance. And then we topped up during the end of 2021 when they had the AE Battle Pass season. So we did three times... Oh, actually, we did 4 times the $10 one, but Kronos donated $20 on the last patch just to speed up, because we were fighting in Super String, and Kronos wanted to see us crush the fire stage. So we went ahead, got the Primo BP tier that one patch, finished AE, and the gap in time went from, like, with Phoenix, couldn't even complete the stage. With AE, we completed the stage with like 2 minutes left on the clock. You can see here, I went with Jingwei's Wings and Blood Embrace Elf for a long time. I was able to achieve 2-star Klein from the 5.9, was it 5.2 banner, 5.2 spending event. We were able to unlock 2-star Klein, and then later on we were able to get 3-star Klein from Elf Box in 5.5. Most recently, in 6.1 spending event, we were able to unlock. Did we unlock? No, we didn't unlock. 6.1 might have been when we actually got the Elf Fragments for Klein 3 stars. Blade Durandal was from the option boxes in 6.4, and then most recently in 6.5 we got Water's Edge from the event. So, you know, if you wait long enough as a free-to-play, you can get some elves, some gacha elves that can help you maintain your Red Lotus or Nirvana progression. In terms of Valkyries, I'm still missing a few A ranks to triple S. Like Void Drifter, I never got to finish triple S. I think Divine Prayer, I never got to triple S. HOV we got for free beginning of 2021, right? It was the 2021 Spring Festival event. We got HOV for free. I never actually finished farming because I ended up farming for Elysia, Fallen Rosemary, and most recently Susang. So sad I didn't get her to double S for them dorm bonuses. We got stupid lucky on HOF. Those VODs are up on YouTube when, you know, the back-to-back first 10 pull or whatever. Most recent spending event, we got her to S1. You know, we got 404 trio. Kinda tense on this account. There was a whole saga getting the finality gear, but we managed to do it. And then, of course, Night Moonbeam Triple S, because that back in the day, get Lightning Empress to Triple S, get the Night Moonbeam to Triple S. That was the stuff. Raiden Mei, Lightning Empress to Triple S. I didn't get any of her outfits. Although, I think over the course of 3 years, I think I did get enough bingo event participations where I probably could pick up, like, maybe Ultramarine. Oh no, I don't have enough tickets. But yeah, I played enough spending events where I got enough like spending event cosmetics. I did miss out on the Bright Knight elf outfit though, because I did take a break in 5. No, it was not 5.2, but it was 4.2. I did take a break on this account during the Fallen Rosemary patch, so going into 4.3, I didn't have enough crystals. Crimson Impulse, Danzai. We got her for free, and, you know, her gear banner is quite nice. Delbronya! Okay, so, Haxor Bunny, we went like a year and a half without Turgenev. We straight up, from 2021 all the way until, when was Turgenev on Battle Pass? Like middle of last year? All the way until Turgenev was on Battle Pass. On this account, we used Irene TB. And then later on, when JST became craftable, we crafted JST. HOR, I remember we got HOR super early on this account. I think it was actually in the 3.7 spending event. On this account and on main account, I got HOR in both places, but it was like 3 out of 4 for both accounts. This account was missing the M piece. The main account was missing the T piece. So I've had HOR on this account for a long time. Hersher of Truth, again, right? We got 2 of the option boxes, and then we had to sit on them. We couldn't open it for the weapon, and we needed 1 more piece. So from 6.3 to 6.4, we had to be extra patient. We played all of 6.3 with Turgenev and like a stat stick weapon. And then all the old meta stuff, you know, slow farm, black nucleus. I think I got this outfit on the rerun of the event. Because I don't think I remember I didn't play this on the original release of the event. And then yeah, the Wolfsdawn and Snowy Sniper, I've been working on these two for a long time on both accounts, so I never got these past the mark where they needed to be. Silver Wing was of course a skip on this account. That's just how the free-to-play planning worked. Himeko! I couldn't get Valkyrie Triumph to triple S on this account. And then the S ranks, you know, just because of the amount of willpower that you get as free-to-play, I just couldn't get Blood Rose and Vermilion Knight to triple S either. But I got them to double S, got my fire bonuses. And yeah, on Utu, do have a Surtur as well. So we got it. Turbo Fire. I mean, wait, hold up. I'm sitting here. Turbo Fire. Alright. Teresa. For the longest time, we had to use Valkyrie Pledge for the time fractures. I had to use this one for the ignites and stuff, you know. Starlit Astro Logos. Carried this account for a long time. Somehow along the way, I did off-rate Shuijing before it became craftable, and somewhere along the way, I did pick up a Zither from off-rates. I don't remember when it all happened. And same thing with Twilight Paladin. Over time, I just off-rated a full set of Kafka, off-rated a Hecate, somewhere between like 2020 to 2022, right? 2021, I think I already had a full set of stuff here. Teresa Apocalypse, definitely one of the characters that carried the account, you know, through most of 2020. For the longest time in 2020, I did use Silver Reaper until I got the Hecate to drop. And then once it became PRI-Armed, I never finished it, but, you know, we used it. 11th Liturgia, I do remember we PRI-Armed it right when I broke through. But then, like, HOS was already out at that point. And so, like, even though I PRI-Armed this for some of the early cycles where you needed to do HOS DPS with CH and SA support, eventually we just abandoned this weapon. Which is a shame, because this was one of the cooler PRI-Arms visually. Fuhua! The legend, the GOAT. I'm so sad I had to break the Dirac set for the, you know, Elysia set for the upgrade. But I used to have a Dirac set that I got from off-rates over time, and all the affixes were for Night Squire. And, you know, we got most of the outfits. This was a BP recolor. But yeah, we got all her free outfits. We got all her time capsule outfit. This was the Hawk of the Fog Augment Core one. This was a bingo outfit for Senti. It was like pre-Senti storyline. Oh, I never got the time capsule outfits for Phoenix. I think I was always like short on Asterite at the time or whatever. But it was also like, oh, I already got these on the main. And then Shadow Knight. Cool story about Shadow Knight. On this account actually had Shadow Knight at double S back since 3.7. Because they made her fragments farmable for a limited amount of time. And I think on this account, I got Shadow Knight as like one of my first 2 S ranks on this account somehow. So I was in a really good position meta-wise at that time. Because you guys, for those that played during that era, from like 2019 to 2020, and even a little bit into the early 2021, Shadow Knight was a huge staple of a lot of Memorial Arena. And for this account, not spending anything, getting a double S Shadow Knight that early was just amazing. It's just a shame that I didn't break through early enough to get Nuwata's PRI-Armed out. So, like, nowadays, you would only really PRI-Arm Nuwata's if you're a true, like, Shadow Knight in Elysian Realm player. Like, you just love grinding Elysian Realm and you love Shadow Knight, and all you do is grind Elysian Realm with Shadow Knight. Then you would max out Nuwata's. Let's see here. Sentience! It was really lucky for Sentience in... What was her release patch? 4.6? Somehow this account managed to 404, and I don't even remember... I think it was like right towards the end of the patch that I got full set, because I wasn't even sure if I was gonna get full set at the time. Yeah, and then AE, we've had AE gear off-rated for a long time before we got AE, but AE was from the battle pass that at the end of 2021. But yeah, I had 2 sets of Margrave TB, and I always had to make sure I had the right ones, because some of them did have SP. Some of them had like different SP. Yeah, one of them had SP reduction for whatever reason. I don't even remember why I rolled SP reduction on that one piece. I don't even remember why. But yeah, I was really well equipped and ready for AE on this account. Alright, Lita. Rita was definitely one of my favorite characters early on, just because like the patch that I was playing, they had a lot of artwork of Phantom Iron early on. It was during the Arc City arc, so... unfortunately on this account, I didn't get too many of them to Triple S. Fallen Rosemary got to Triple S, even though I didn't play during that patch. Yeah, I ended up skipping most of that patch. I think I played a little bit towards the end of the patch or something. I do remember, though, that part of the reason I topped up for the Asuka patch in 4.5 was so that I could get access to the shop in order to craft Irene TB. I crafted one with Stigma Resonance, and then I think I might have bought the other one with Crystallum. Or something along those lines. We eventually did get Argent Knight from a spending shop somewhere down the line. And Double S Spina was from 5.5. Like, if you went into that patch prepared, you could easily get Double S Spina. Including, you needed 4 stamps from the spending event shop, plus the 6 stamps in Elysian Realm. And that was an easy Double S. Got him. Yai Sakura and Kasumi. 3.6 when the PC client launched. You know, we got her Peach Sanctuary, and we got the one... I think this was the 4.5 outfit. Right? This was either the 4.5 outfit or this was during the AE patch, because this was a Battle Pass recolor. I really wish they would move some of these Battle Pass recolors into the regular outfit shop, though. I think some of these have been out long enough where they could do that. But Peach Sanctuary was a free outfit from version 3.7, Once Upon a Time in Shinzo. Flame Sakitama, this was from the Idol event, right? But yeah, Triple S, Flame Sakitama, I used her as my main fire DPS for a long time. Basically, all of 2020 was Flame Sakitama, all the way up until Flame Scion's release. I don't even think I got Vermilion Knight that early on this account. I don't even remember. Oh, I remember now. Vermilion Knight was like at the end of 2020 or 2021. They had just announced that she was going to be in the dorm shop. And we were trying to snipe Vermilion Knight on the main account, and when we were doing the dorm pulls on the alt account during the spending event, I think it was 2020, because it was like right before Day on Koro launch. We pulled Vermilion Knight from Dorm on this account. And that's how we got Vermilion Knight there. I never actually played a lot of Miko. I remember Toki would always tell me stories about Miko gameplay, and I never got there because she was already really outdated by that point. But I did eventually farm her to Triple S. Memento, same story. Like, I heard a lot of the glory days of Memento gameplay, and I always thought she looked really cool, though. Part of me still wants to get the action figure at some point. Yeah, we got the summer skin. I didn't like the summer skin that much, but you know. Callan. We did. We're almost to double S for the Dorm buffs. That's all there is to really say. I don't remember if we ever memed around with Sundenjäger and Abyss on this account. Maybe we did on Red Lotus stages. Fervent Tempo, and then Lilia. I never got Lilia to Triple S. She was close. She was close. But the summer outfit, I don't even remember when I got this. Because I don't think I got this one. Seele. So I did play Adventure Quest. This was 4.3. I did play Adventure Quest. But I was not able to get Papillon Lily on this account. Yeah, I thought the Adventure Quest outfit was nice. Yeah, both accounts we actually had mirror flourishes from 3.7 for a long time without having the battlesuit Stygian Nymph, and then eventually Stygian Nymph was made available in a spending event, so we were able to get her then. Durandal, right? 3.8 and 3.9. We've only very recently got Bright Knight from a spending event shop. I remember, what was it, 5.2, she was in the shop, and I was like, yes, 5.5, they're gonna make Dea Ancora available or something, and they didn't, and I was really sad. But yeah, this account in 5.5, we were able to 404 PE at S0, which was really cool. I don't remember if I kept an Eos Gloria, I didn't, but I have the free Lucio from 3.8. I actually enjoyed playing VG in 3.8 at the time. There was a few fights where it was like I was able to use VG and use FS as support. So yeah, I guess I take that back about Flame Sakitama. There was a few fights that we needed to use VG on. Asuka! Asuka! They're making Columbus craftable after I stop playing this account. So you can see here, I have the original Rebel Blades physical set. I did get the Lance. And we did most recently get Columbus top and mid. So, you know, maybe in the spending event shop we finish Columbus, or we wait till it's craftable. Even Double S Asuka has helped this account get through some hard ice and fire stages in Super String. All the way up until like 400D or something. Official... I actually skipped Zenyi early on, right? On initial release, I skipped Zenyi and I used Irene TB with like a May M, and I used the crafted bow, Call of Crescent. I used Call of Crescent for about a year. And then eventually we started getting Zenyi off rates, and they gave us Cerulean Flare. I actually used Cerulean Flare for a bit, but before I off rated Emitters Knocked. That was good times. Hi, Licia. So 404 from the spending event. It was a mini spending event, right? Version 6.0? Yeah, it was 6.0, because they flipped the schedule. Because usually it goes Hersher, free character, and then spending event. They moved the... last year, in 2022, they moved the free character into the spending event. So it's kind of like Delta in 2020. And they moved the Hersher back one patch because the story scheduling didn't line up, and they put Vil V Silverwing style ahead. So she should have released in 5.9, but because of poor patch planning on miHoYo's part, they had to shuffle things around. But we managed to 404 S0. For the longest time, I didn't have Whispers, and even after getting Whispers, I didn't finish PRI-Arming her. I used Kafka 3 set on Elysia for the longest time because I wanted to keep my Dirac set, and then eventually I gave in and upgraded my Dirac set. So we do have full gear. You can see here, right? Actually, this might have been Call of Crescent with Kafka before I got Whispers of the Past. And Whispers of the Past I got on the mini spending event for Elysia. for Hersher of Human Ego. That's when we got the bow from a similar spending event as the current one. So you can see here, full set now. Or my affixes. Very crit damage focused, you can see. Arch, oh, woo, 23. Where did that come from? So yeah, a lot of crit damage focus here. She crits a lot, right? Mobius definitely carried this account a lot. 5.2 was a very successful patch. Actually, I didn't get 4 of 4 in 5.2 on this account. We got the rest of her gear. I remember because in 5.2, we zeroed out our crystals getting the weapon. We actually zeroed out our crystals getting the weapon in 5.2 on this account. And then we only got the rest of her stigmata in 5.5. Yeah, we actually got the stigmata in 5.5. And that was actually really lucky, because, like, I wasn't sure if it was gonna work, because, you know, generally, when you're rolling on a Focus A fresh, and you don't have all the crystals that you need, it's very risky. Very risky. And right after 5.5 was what, Pardo patch? I wasn't even sure if I was gonna have any crystals left over. Yeah. I don't know how I managed that, because we went from 5.5 going into 5.6, and this account somehow managed to get full gear Pardo as well. We'll see that here in a bit. So this account, in 5.2, we did go for full gear Raven initially. And so, you know, that was kind of expected, because we were pretty certain that Raven was gonna last a long time, and she tried her best. Carol, this account still does not have 2-set Paganini, I don't think. You can see here, very recently did we get our Paganini M, and only very recently, probably sometime towards the end of last year to the beginning of this year is when we got Miracle Kissy Pillow finally from an off-rate. So for the longest time, what I was using on this account was like Domain of Sentience or Nuada's as a stat stick. Sometimes even GTX as a stat stick. Sometimes Jade Bloom for the extra TDM on HP pack pickup. So I had a lot of placeholder gear on Carol, but even with placeholder gear, she did her job very well. Like a lot of the, you know, 1-second kills, 0-second kills. If my Mobius actually had the damage, which early on she didn't, because I was using Goemon MB. Well, I didn't even have Goemon MB, so it was like, I was using Monet T with Benares MB on Mobius for a long time. And eventually I did craft Goemon. You can see here in my arsenal, where the Goemon went was, it got upgraded to handle. But I do remember finishing Goemon specifically for Mobius back then. I think it was some weird conditional that I needed from Goemon that was like, Goemon was slightly better than Benares MB on Mobius. So Pardophilus, I remember thinking I was gonna skip, and then I realized, well, actually, I need this cooldown reduction. This weapon is too good. So we ended up pulling for Pardo gear. Aponia was skipped. you know, just free-to-play account planning. A lot of the S ranks that are, like, not on a major spending event, you just end up skipping. And then Eden, I remember the copium at the time was like, okay, I'll just slow craft handle. So you can see here, I maxed out my Feng Pinions. And then I didn't get Echoes of Paradise until the rerun. And I went ahead and crafted a dupe gotcha pistols to make the Echoes, because I wasn't sure if I was going to need the base weapon. So I kind of went overboard on the crafting here. I probably could have gotten back one of my Dirac pieces if I didn't craft the extra positrons or whatever. But yeah, it was interesting playing this character with Feng Pinions. There were a few fights where, like, it was kind of funny trying to see, like, okay, well, what's the min-max routing required? And it was like, okay, well, I need to do weapon active, wait for the cast animation. And there was a lot of inconsistency with it, where, like, I would get the big sound effect, and it would do the big paralyzed, trauma, damage taken, whatever. And sometimes I'd hear, like, the small sound effect and didn't get the big damage. Most notably, I remember there was one Nirvana cycle I had to play Mobius against type counter HOS. And we ran Feng Pinions with Mobius there. It was interesting. But with Cerulean Flare, if you play, you know, back then we were playing a lot of Eden with Fischl, and if you had Cerulean Flare, it kind of smoothed out the SP required to ult as soon as you QTE'd in. Without needing to do combos, because without Echoes, when you QTE in, you don't have full notes. Griseo, we pulled for full gear. I think at one point I was also considering skipping gear on Griseo as well, because I was like, we need to save for the Hersher of the year. And then last minute, or like, it was like 1 to 2 weeks in, I was like, we should pull. We should pull. And it turned out to be a good idea. Vilvi was a skip, you know, to luxury. We were just gonna scuff along with Fallen Rosemary on Quantum Weather. Sushang was a tragedy on this account. We went 2 of 4, but it was not top and bottom pieces. I got the fist weapon, which is great, and we got the B piece. We got 2 copies of the B piece. If this second B piece was the top piece, we probably would have been in a much better place with our ice team. So a lot of times I ended up just running Turgenev. That was probably one of the worst pulls this account had. It was just 6.1. You know, prior to 6.1, this account had pretty good luck. I-Chan, we tactically said we'll skip. We'll just use Piranha with Turgenev and Oslog. And if we needed Turgenev on another character, then we would run Irene TB. And so then we would just stack Irene effect with Turgenev, and it's a nice stack, right? It's a nice status effect stack. Susanna, we made the tactical decision to skip her gear as well. We ended up running Shuijing with Piranha. And that catches us up to now. So on this account, F2P planning, we would say, sorry, Dreamweaver, sorry, Mistalin, we will have to skip you. Wait for you to show up in a spending event shop in the far future, and we will pull for the Prometheus. So that pretty much covers the, you know, the account on here. We can look at some of the weapons that we did collect. Most of them you've seen, right? We had a nice healthy amount of like 2021 to 2022 PRI-Arms. Some 2020 PRI-Arms like Mag Typhoon, that a lot of them we ended up not maxing out because I Masters camped for a year. And so a lot of these I PRI-Armed because I knew they were used at the time, but it was like I never had a convenient time to actually max them. Even Salvation of Sakura, where like Salvation of Sakura, back when we were fighting Rhymestar a lot, it was like, yeah, you kind of need 55, but if you have 50, then you need extra cross damage, so like Terry Magic M was needed, or you needed triple S Valkyrie Pledge for the dodge. You know, getting a dodge on Valkyrie Pledge gave your cross 20% total damage, which was more than enough to breach Rhymestar's shield threshold. But if you had Terry Magic M was like your alternative, because that was 15% cross TDM. That was back when I actually read a lot of the descriptions on the Stigmata a lot more. I never got to finish Sleeper's Dream. I never finished Hecate's. One Blood Dance on this account. Carried this account for a long time. Ranger's Cross I used for a long time. Silver Reaper I got early on because I wasn't sure if when we were gonna get a Hecate off rate. So I used this a lot in 2020. I used Stellar Tempo as a stat stick on Drive Cometa for a long time because this had a slight impair on weapon active. Man, this was a time capsule weapon. We off-rated Keys of the Void at some point. I don't remember when. I used Onyx Iron for a long time. Most of the time, like, people just get advised don't make an Onyx Iron, but, like, man, I knew that I needed a 5-star Scythe at some point, and I wasn't sure when I was going to get a gacha one from off-rates. I don't remember when we pulled on Utu, but we got kind of lucky getting on Utu. Oh, no. We might have sniped on Utu from Firepower Supply, so it was like, that's pretty easy. Longinus, I topped up for Longinus. Yeah, I mean, what are some other funny stories? This was from an option box, I think. Pledge of Rain we got from one of the early swords option boxes. So, like, one of the older starter events, they were giving out sword option boxes. And funny enough, like, all the swords are craftable in Foundry nowadays. Or even back as early as, like, 2021, all the swords are craftable. Pledge of Rain, Third Sacred Relic, Florid Sakura, or Ruinous Sakura, Florid Sakura, and Magstorm. Alaire's a collection piece. Abyss Flower we actually got recently too. I remember wanting to get this from the Star of Eden banner, but we got 2 Stars of Eden instead. And I ended up rolling on the last Abyss Flower banner. We got it like the first or second 10 pull and didn't think about it again. Feng Huang Down, we got this one on release. I think Twins of Eden, I think I also got on release. And I remember, because this account was in Masters for a long time, I didn't have Mjolnir pistols. We actually used Twins of Eden for an impair source on Old Masters Memorial Arena. It's quite nice. Oh, Xuanyan Sword. Funny story. Back in the day, they actually had equipment banner, a standard equipment banner. And kind of like Dorm Supply, but for equipment. But it was all like year 1 old equipment. And you could get Xuanyuan Sword from that. And this account got Xuanyuan Sword from that. I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was like, I YOLO'd 1 multi or something. And that was super luck. Super lucky. For sure. Oath of Judah I had to get from Exchange Shop. I remember I had to get Exchange Shop for this one, for the Divine Key. And we off-rated a Raikiri, so we hung on to it. Yeah, we eventually off-rated a Vikrant, so we stopped using Stellar Tempo. Feng Huang Pinions. I'm pretty sure we crafted this, but left it at 35 so that we could synchronize it with the flower. But I ended up maxing this for Eden. And it's cool because this actually matches Eden's outfit very nicely. Her base outfit. I think I picked this one up from the Exchange Shop too when it came up and I had the Rezos. Hang on. Yeah. This is the sword that Susang uses in Star Rail. Any Star Rail players that didn't play Honkai 3rd? This weapon was a highly sought after Divine Key weapon for a long time. Because when you synchronized it with the fists, Fu Hua's fists, it was a permanent plus 10 attack for your whole account. Blanket plus 10, permanent. So Divine Keys were highly sought after. And this was one that they hardly ever reran. So, like, a lot of times it'd be like, Firepower Supply, like, get your golden XY sword. You know? Should you be skipping Prometheus if you have 0-4 Griseo gear? Your long-term goal is to retain Red Lotus. or on any physical weather. Prometheus is, so you weren't here for the earlier segment, but we did the banner review earlier, and that will go on YouTube probably tonight or early tomorrow. But Prometheus is definitely the value banner for this patch. That is your high priority banner, unless you are saving for trio team stuff that's coming next week. Do you have HOS, Sawtip? Because in a sense, they're not wrong. You do need Griseo to synergize. But from a long-term investment standpoint, you're going to want Prometheus gear. You're going to want Prometheus gear for sure. Okay, good. Was there anything else? Oh, Stigmata. Let's take a look at the Stigmata. You can see here I still have a lot of like old year one, you know, old G1 year one style bounty Stigmata. We used Cleo B for a long time on Hawk of the Fog and stuff. Lear B. This was a staple for a lot of double S Memorial Arena fights. Look, look! She's using Water's Edge. Ha! And that's the sword that Susang uses in HI3. Fushi, one of the scientists that were lab assistants for Mobius in the previous era. Jingwei, which is like the ancient civilization idol version of Fuhua. So yeah, we crafted Dracula M. You know, we used DXY quite a lot. I only have 2 May M's. I only have 2 Newts on this account. This was an early off rate from some banner, but you know, like when you were on an early account, any off rate that you get, you kind of just use. Whether if it's meta or not. You know, like if it has utility that you can use to your advantage, then you used it. And at the time, this was great as a stat stick on whoever I needed to use on the DPS. Tesla, I'm pretty sure Tesla Band, we crafted this one. We crafted both Teslas. I might have gotten Tesla Band M from an off rate, I don't remember. Musician, oh, Fireworks actually. Caravaggio, I crafted Caravaggio on this account because Caravaggio was one of those sets I waited for it to be craftable for a long time. JSTTM we crafted. Monet T we actually off-rated forever ago before it was craftable. No, actually no. We might have crafted it as soon as it was craftable. Back when it was like they went right when they added G2 craftables. We crafted Monet T. Because I think on this account for a long time we used Callan Ambition M or Callan Ambition T. Only thing you're on the fence about is whether to go for Finality and Gear or go for Prometheus. If you want to play Trio Team, you're going to need Finality and Gear. But from a strictly crystal investment, like what you get in return for the crystals that you put in, you should at least do your first 15 pulls on the Prometheus banner. Because the first 10 pull is free for the gear. And then you get 5 pulls back. Now, I know, you know, Trio Team's really popular, and you can't play the Trio Team without Finality. So, in that regard, I understand if that's one of your goals. Zongheng B where? Oh, let me sort by set. We'll find it. I have it in here. We definitely had... Oh, wait, time. Sort by time. No, that was a dumb mistake. Should, sort by set, and we'll just go backwards. So we got Columbus recently, Origin gear, Finality gear. It was kind of painful. Truth was actually lucky, but we sat on the option boxes for a while. G4 took us a bit to farm. Sushan gear, I just didn't get the top piece, guys. H2O gear went okay-ish on this account. The event gear that, you know, would have been great if this account was like strictly low budget free to play. We did craft it. I don't think we crafted the second handle. I think the second handle was off-rated. Cezanne was good. Bastet was fine. Ragna. How did we get this extra one? I think this extra one came from an off-rate somewhere. And then this was fine. This was fine. Took us a while to get that Paganini off-rate. Talked about getting Linnaeus in 5.5 after the fact. Oh yeah, this account somehow ended up with like 3 copies of Oslog M. It might have been one more copy, and I might have already salvaged that extra copy of Oslog M. Himeko with the Sunfire! Maybe we'll draw Himeko tomorrow or next week or something. Everything else is pretty standard. A lot of the stuff, right? Like man, these event stigmata were actually really good for new accounts. Holmes, we off-rated Holmes M top and bottom, but we were missing M. But I feel like Holmes M we don't really need as much now. Irene, Benares. I think Benares I didn't have. I remember on this account, I think I actually had to use Rebel Blades for a long time. And then like later on we got Benares. I think that's what happened. Beijing, I remember we used like TB for a long time before we got... I remember like we got Shuijing B first, and then eventually we off-rated a top piece. Maybe we crafted the M, but I don't think we crafted the M. I think we got it from off-rates at some point. Lewin Hook, I can't remember if we crafted it or not. We might have. With the new event, Stigmata Holmes M seems to become... Oh yeah, the new, the Susano one. Oh yeah, I want that Stigmata on this account. Shit. Can't let it go, guys. Somehow this account ended up with a duplicate set of Shattered Swords. But yeah, we off-rated Kafka early on. Did we need to craft a piece? I don't think we did. Maybe. I don't think we did. We might have been missing one and we crafted a Kafka piece, but I don't think we did. We had Marco MB for a long time. I recently recrafted my Dirac. This account was kind of lucky in that this account ended up off-rating 2 copies of Beethoven M. Oh, Beethoven B. I think this was during the 4.3 patch spending event. We off-rated 2 copies of Beethoven B before it was craftable. I was able to finish Siren Ascendant between off-rates and Battle Pass and whatchamacallit, the Exchange Shop. Actually, does this account not have Zonghang B? No, here it is. Yeah, here it is. I have my Zong B right here. Yeah, I'm not crazy. I also have Fuhua Summer Day. Black Mamba. Now, we were just going over the account review, Kronos, for the NA account. I wish I could have collected more of this set. Himeko is my favorite character in all of Honkai. So, you know, you guys saw me the other night on the HSR stream. I was getting a little desperate. People were freaking out because I was dumping Jades into standard banner when Jingyuan was like right around the corner. So far, I haven't committed to doing ginormous top-ups in HSR. Right now, we're just, you know, monthly and Battle Pass. But even then, that's like, I took the L on HSR because originally the plan was, we'll just play free-to-play. Durandal Kitten Fun. I remember they released the Kitten Fun set back in 3.8 along with Valkyrie Gloria, and I thought it was really cool because that was like one of the last times they actually released a new 3-star set. Rita, right? Rita in her London holiday outfit. Stan the Man cat, the Honkai cat man, who was recently featured in the Meowtown event last patch, and Durandal holiday. I wish they gave us this outfit this patch for Valkyrie Gloria instead of the idol outfit. I think this outfit, or the white jacket version with the black top, I think that would have been so much cooler. Anti-Entropy Christmas was really fun, right? With Plank. Plank. Let me see. Do I have Charlotte here? A bunch of these really nice like collectibles. Did they change this? Oh no, I'm thinking of like Hawaii. I'm thinking of the Cecilia Hawaii. Hawaii Cecilia. Redraw this, but it's Mistalin instead of Cecilia. Who remembers Honkai Cross Eva? It's good times. Misato and Himeko having a beer. That's the goal. Don't forget, if you guys ever see Edison Thanksgiving in a time capsule, you want this for your move speed meme sets. I thought this outfit was also... Oh, Kanta! Thank you for the raid. Right now we're doing a account review on my own NA account because we're retiring this account after we do polls today. So we mostly went through most of the history of this account. Started in 2020 because, you know, back then the Google Play... Oh god, ads are starting soon. No, I can't stop these ads. I can't snooze the ads. Oh no, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry raiders. Sorry for ads. I guess I'll just keep talking for a bit for the VOD. But yeah, I started this account back in 2020. Played free-to-play up until 2021 Honkai Cross Eva. Honkai 3rd Cross Eva. We bought Battle Pass and topped up like 50 bucks. Well, 50 bucks included the Battle Pass, but we spent enough to get the outfit and the weapon. We got Lance of Longinus. Can't wait for this outfit, but I won't get it on this account because I gotta let this account go, man. I gotta let go. Yeah, man, there's a lot of good memories here. We kind of just went over the story of like how I geared the account, how much stuff I got from off rates, which stigmata I got on the release and which ones I had to wait for off rates. I'm still waiting for Himeko and Star Rail, you know. Still hasn't happened yet. So, but I only got BP and monthly in Star Rail. I haven't broken down and bought $100 of Jades yet. Don't retire it? Are you serious, HTI? Chat, who's ready for Charlotte in Genshin? Charlotte's gonna be in Genshin soon. Another Honkai XP. The redesign for Genshin looks really good though, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, go ahead and lock these. But yeah, the main reason I'm gonna be retiring this account is so I can recover some sanity rather than needing to worry about managing all this stuff. Don't retire it. It's a waste to let it go. Yeah, But if I retire it, then I can have time to play a second Star Rail account, right? I think along the way, right? As you live life and as you do stuff, along the way you just accumulate too much things that over time you realize like, well, I can maintain it. But everything that you do say yes to, it means potentially there's something down the line that you will not have bandwidth for. And that's kind of the struggle now, is like, you know, back in 2020, Genshin didn't exist, Star Rail didn't exist. Playing 2 Honkai accounts made a lot of sense because playing 2 Honkai accounts, you could stretch the content out a bit. Heck, there was even one point where I was playing 3 live accounts, my NA and my EU. I was piloting Echidona's account because he went on long break. So I was playing on SCA. So that's 3 accounts. And I was playing beta test. And I was doing the CN beta test. So that's 5 Honkai accounts. Maybe I was playing Genshin around that same time. I don't even remember what was going on in Genshin. I think that was like the back half of Inazuma where like people stopped caring as much. So that got really bad. But yeah, you know, part of it is just managing activities because like for every gacha game that you're managing, that becomes one real life activity that you slowly run out of time to have for. Yeah. And that's kind of the biggest reason why it's time to let go of this one. And also just because like on this account, arguably if I had the discipline to keep this account in Red Lotus, it would make for unique content. But the big but is like, as soon as I'm in Red Lotus, I get that competitive itch, and I just want to beat everybody in the bracket. Oh yeah, I did get the outfits for Himeko. That's how much you know. That's how much you know. Even on the alt account, I did kind of care. Oh, but I didn't get these. Didn't get these. But for Vermilion Knight, my absolute favorite battlesuit. We got even both of these were bingos. Actually, did they move this one to tickets? They might have moved this one to tickets at some point. But I know the other one was bingo. Not care enough to get all the him. Would I sell the account? No, I wouldn't sell the account. I think I'm too official as a CC to let it go. I think as far as the against TOS things that they're willing to overlook, like if you let somebody else pilot temporarily, they're willing to overlook that, because that's kind of a gray area since you're still paying stuff on the account. But I think selling the account is definitely where they'll probably be a bit more serious about it, if you know, if they find out about it. And I definitely feel like I'm too high profile, but also because I want to maintain that relationship, I wouldn't sell this account. Plus, because it's tied to my V2 HoYoverse account, I need to maintain control of that. But what that does also let me do is, like, in the future, if I want to replay Genshin, like, story quests, or, like, do another HSR on NA, you know, like, I have options open for rerolls for like storyline content. But for the foreseeable future, I don't think those will be in the plan. But yeah, that's the NA account. 3 years of low spending, not spending. And to recap, I spent in 4.5 Battle Pass plus top up to get Asuka's weapon for the collab. So you can see Asuka has her plug suit. And then Kiana, Void Ranger, Valkyrie, Void Drifter also has the plug suit outfit. Also got Red Lictor from the launch event, in addition to Radiant Blaze. So what's the difference, right? Radiant Blaze actually has Surtur as the sword instead of the Subspace Lance. And then, yeah, the back half of 2021, when they had the AE Battle Pass, we got AE during that time. So those are the only times I topped up on this account. We can see here the top-up bonuses. Total top-up was 7,915. That accounts to what? Like just under 100 or just barely 100? Somewhere along those lines. Maybe 120, 150. Which, when you look at 150 in a gacha game, but you played it for 3 years, that's better than a lot of MMOs, you know? All the way to 80? Damn. Sorry, man. Alright, let me set the stream marker. But yeah, that's the NA account. It was a good run. This was a really good run. I think my only regret was maybe delaying the promotion to Exalted on this account, but also at the same time, I felt like if I had known that they were going to rework Dirac C and then eventually introduce PRI-Arms into Masters, I might have considered keeping this account in Masters, locked at level 80. Okay. Let me set the stream marker and then we'll go into pulls.